Welcome to Stop My Crisis. I'm your host, Vivian Gaspar. Do you feel stuck in life, wondering why you haven't progressed further than you have? You're a hard worker, you're doing all your best, but you might be plagued by medical issues, financial catastrophes, one after another. There are millions of you like us out there, and that is why we're so fortunate to have with us here today Shelley Esler. Shelley is a medical intuitive, prosperity coach, and quantum healer. She works with clients struggling with medical, physical, spiritual, and emotional burdens. Shelley, tell me, how did you get to doing this work? Have you started this years and years ago, or is it kind of new for you?
You know, I'm going to say I've been on the journey for about the last 10 years. And what happened was I wasn't happy. I woke up one day and realized that I didn't have enough happiness. I didn't have enough joy. Not only just in my job, but literally with my marriage, my family, friends. And I started out with how do I find more laughter, more play, more joy? And then after that, 49 years of age, had a hysterectomy.
Wow.
I was told that I had fibromyalgia. And I refused to accept the identity and the attachment. And I was setting out to reclaim my health. I'm not going to do it. I was going to control my body. My body wasn't going to control me. So that started my whole journey into the alternative and the holistic realm and into energy work. And now my mission and my goal is to show people that they don't have to suffer. Life does not have to be hard, and to bring in all forms of prosperity. And when I say prosperity, I mean everything. That's health, that's wealth, that's love, and not do I mean just finding love, self-love. How do you love yourself?
What do you mean by self-love? I hear this term all the time. And I have to, out of all the different points, I'm going to start off asking you about that one.
Self-love is hard. Self-love, when I started this path, I didn't know what it was. I literally did not know what is self-love. You're always taught from when you were little to think of others. Think of others. Don't think of yourself. You've got to give. You got to give. You have to give to yourself first. If you don't give to yourself first, how can you help anybody else?
I hear you saying that one way to show your self-love is to say no to other people when they might be asking too much of you.
Exactly.
That's something that I think a lot of people are guilty of, right?
And people don't know how to say no.
And it's not just women.
No, it's
I think
everybody.
Men do this too.
They don't know how to say no. They feel like because somebody's asking, you have to, you have to, you have to. No, you don't. This is your life, your journey, and your path. And you have to learn to create boundaries. You have to learn when to say no. I made a lot of family members angry because they would call up and say, you have to be here for dinner. No, I don't. Doesn't fit into my plans today. I would have friends that would call up and say, can we go to dinner? I was exhausted. I didn't have the time to go to dinner. I didn't want to go to dinner. I wanted to spend time with my kids. I wanted to spend time with my animals. So in the beginning, you may tick a lot of people off, but it's okay.
Isn't it better, though, to have fewer people in your life that you feel really good about that connection than trying to maintain a lot of friendships that you realize might not be that healthy for you?
Yes, and you will learn on this path who your true friends are.
What do you mean by that?
They will support you. They will understand. They will totally get it. They will support you. Those that start to come with the anger, family members, I mean, they took personal affronts to me saying no. They expected to be there. No.
Well, I think that's a little narcissistic on their part to expect you to do something just because they asked you to.
Exactly. So it is. It's creating boundaries. It's learning to set those boundaries. And it's not selfish. It may appear to be selfish to other people, but once you start to heal yourself and you start to bring that love in, that happiness and that joy, and you come back to that true state of perfection, which is your natural state, by the way, love just starts to radiate. You come from a place of love, of happiness and joy, and you affect everybody around you.
I would
Everybody.
think that also would make you more respected. I would respect someone more that emanated that way.
I think you're appreciated. I don't know that it's always respected. Good things can come, but you can also become a trigger. It's learning to say what you really feel, but it comes from a place of love.
I think self-love, isn't that also standing up for yourself
Yes.
instead of letting someone walk all over you?
Yes. But so many people don't have the strength and the courage to do that, and they don't understand how to do that. Just because you're on a spiritual path or you're raising your frequency doesn't mean you always have to be nice. Sometimes you have to speak your truth, and people aren't going to like what you have to say, but it's what you need to hear.
See, I would think that it's hard to sometimes find this within yourself if you're so afraid of what others might think of you.
It is.
Then you're afraid that somebody might judge you or might not like you. And everybody, I think, innately wants to be liked or likable.
Yes.
Is that something you help people with, is having the courage to do that?
Yes, I can. What I have found with most of my clients is what holds us back are limiting core beliefs. And when I say limiting core beliefs, let me backtrack a little bit. What exactly are limiting core beliefs? These are programs and beliefs that people come into when they're born, and it starts in childhood. Your parents always telling you what to do, teachers telling you what to do, friends, neighbors, whoever it is. An example would be if you ever grew up hearing your parents consistently say, money doesn't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. You have to work hard for your money. These beliefs stop you from actually going out there and achieving and realizing that you don't have to work hard for money. If you bring in that happiness and that joy and you're doing something that you absolutely love, you're going to start to attract more finances into your life, more financial prosperity. Or say you're going for an interview that it's really high-powered, very, very high-powered, successful job that you're going for, but you have the belief that you're not smart enough and you're not good enough. How are you going to get that job?
Doesn't that kind of emanate from you and people just get that feeling?
Yes.
And they don't know what it is.
Yes.
It just happens. They just perceive it.
Yes, and what we have to do is we have to go in and we have to clear these limiting core beliefs. And once we can get to the root cause, what are the beliefs that are holding you back? And we go in and we clear them on all layers. You cannot believe the miraculous changes that I've seen in my clients' lives. It's amazing. Life-changing.
Well, on that note, I'd love to take a little bit of break, and we are going to find out more of the amazing things that Shelley has already accomplished with the hundreds of clients that she's already helped.
Let me share a secret. Financial planning doesn't have to be complicated. I'm Brian Cody, Certified Financial Planner. And at the end of the day, we're really trying to do two things: create growth and manage risk. Together, we can create a plan that not only includes your investments, but your lifestyle and goal of financial freedom. At Cody Financial Advisors, we will help you create the plan for your life.
Welcome back to Stop My Crisis. We are here with our guest, Shelley Esler, who has done some amazing work to help hundreds of her clients do much better in their lives than they ever could have before they encountered her. Shelley, can you please share some really specific examples of how you've helped your clients?
Yes. I have a client, Sally, came to me on disability in what I would call one of the motor scooters, wheelchair, electric mobilized scooter. She had had a back injury, was living on probably 35 different pain medications a day, literally could only get out of the scooter to go to the bathroom, get dressed. That was it. On disability, can't work. 6 months of working with her, she has moved cross country. She's walking 3 to 4 miles on the beach every day. She got onto her bike for the first time in 30 years.
A bicycle?
Bicycle.
When she was in a scooter?
And she
Oh my
said to
gosh.
me, most people, that's so basic. She was on a bike for the first time in 30 years, and more importantly, off every single pain medication. And she's back to working. Slowly, we're moving slowly with the work, but life-changing. And another gal, Linda, come to me with a debilitating left shoulder in her teens. This lady's
She's
probably
only in her teens?
She was in her teens when it happened. All the muscles had pulled away. And we went in, and she's in her 60s, like middle 60s, debilitating pain her entire life. One session of working with her, the pain is gone.
That's incredible.
Completely gone. And Connie, severe digestional issues. We're talking can't digest food, candida, yeast, mold. Went down to about 60 pounds. And it really did not matter what she ate. She just couldn't absorb the nutrients. It was literally life-threatening. And 3 months of working with her, she's eating fruits, she's eating vegetables, she's eating meat, and she's gained 40 pounds.
Wow. What anybody with psychological issues that just would like to hear how you can help someone spiritually, energetically.
One of my strengths is depression. A lot of my clients have suffered from depression and deal with depression on an everyday basis. And I had a lady who, Carol, started working with her about a year ago, and she came to me with what I would call a broken heart. Husband divorced her, totally out of the blue, devastated, crying every single day for a year, doubting her everything, her intuition, her connection with God, and literally couldn't climb out of bed, and was even having trouble getting up to go to work. So 2 sessions. She was even afraid to schedule a session because she was afraid she wouldn't make it through without crying the entire time. And after the second session, she has not shed a tear since. She is now traveling the country with her work and thriving, has found an inner happiness within her that she's never experienced before. Add another one. This is a really, this is a deep one here. I worked with a client, Lisa, who had a really hard childhood, hard life, and was basically suicidal every day of her life. And 6 months of working with her, she called me up and she said, "You know what, Shelley?" She said, "My life still isn't good." She said, "Finances haven't increased yet. I don't have a lot of friends, but I'm happy." She said, "For the first time in my life, I'm happy." She said, "I don't know where I'm going." She said, "I'm even afraid to jinx myself," because she said, I've never felt this before.
Well, I'm just shocked at something. You've helped so many people, hundreds of people. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Come right back and let's hear more about the amazing things that Shelley can teach us on how to improve our lives.
Anytime you can come into court and file for a change if there's a change of circumstances. We give an hour free consult. It's confidential. Find out what has to be done.
Here I am with our guest, Shelley Esler, and she's talking about some very interesting topics that I love being enlightened on. And we're now going to ask her about a little secret, or is it the secret? Shelley, you were starting to tell me earlier about the laws of attraction. How does that relate to what I've heard and millions of us have heard about the phenomenon, the secret?
Very good question. Everything. I kind of refer to the law of attraction as like attracts like. What we think is what we attract.
Isn't that just physics, though?
But it's the way the universe works. Everything's energy. Everything's energy. Energy attracts like. So let's say you have physical pain, debilitating pain, and all you focus on is pain and not getting better. That's what's going to happen. So we have to learn to change our thoughts. And we have to change that into the positive. I want to create what I want. I want that happiness. I want that perfect health. I want the wealth. So we become the creators. We're powerful beings, very, very powerful beings. we create our future. We're creating our future every minute of every day by our current thoughts. So I'm going to focus on wealth. I'm going to focus on perfect health. My liver is functioning perfectly at its optimum level of performance. I see that money flowing in. We have to change our level of perception and the way we think. So we have to become very aware and very mindful, because we have to catch the thoughts and we have to stop them.
So if you have a negative thought creep through, like, I can't do this, what do you do when that happens?
You immediately change it to the positive. I can do this. I'm powerful. I'm a creator. I'm a manifester. I'm spirit. I'm love. I'm joy. I'm happiness. We have to raise our vibration every minute of every day.
Isn't it, even if it sounds a little silly, I think I can, I think
Yes.
I can. I'm doing it, yes, I can do this.
It's a lot of it is faking it till you make it.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite sayings.
Yes. And the analogy that I love to give, turn the dial up. Crank the radio dial up. Turn the light switch on. Raise it. Turn it up. There's very easy ways you can do that. Positive thoughts. Put on happy music. Start to laugh. Happiness and gratitude.
Dance, right?
Yes.
Dance
Sing,
that music.
Dance,
Make it,
laugh.
make
So,
it physical.
I'll give you an example. When I started out in this path, I didn't have enough happiness in my life. I didn't know how to play. I didn't know how to laugh. And I kept having this little voice come inside my head that said, Shelley, just laugh, laugh. I'm like, how do I laugh? I don't know how to laugh. So I'm in the kitchen with my two little dogs, and I just attempt to laugh. And it literally came out as a croak. Well, what happened was I looked down at my two little dogs who were literally
scare
just
them?
staring at me like, what in the world was that sound? And I burst out into laughter. I had tears coming down my face, and it was such a cleanse. It was such a release. And after that, there was just this joy that overcame me. See, happiness is our true state. Happiness comes from within. We have to learn how to figure out how to regain that happiness.
Manifesting sounds like a hokey term, but not when I've heard so many times that it happens. I mean, do you ever want something so badly and then look, it's happened. It's amazing, especially when you're not expecting it and it just proves what you're saying can really happen. It's happened to me.
Well, I can give you a perfect example of that with me. When I started out in this job, I wanted to go into the telesummit cycle. And that's what I kept doing. I kept preparing. I kept taking the action steps. I visualized the telesummits that I wanted to be on. I'm now on my 5th telesummit.
Well, congratulations.
But it was the past thoughts that created it.
How long did it take you from those thoughts to actually starting the first one?
1 year.
Took 1 year.
1 year.
But does it always take that long for someone?
No, everybody's different. You can have instant manifestation. Some it can take longer. What it's based upon is your energy.
Can you help someone with that?
How high is your energy? Yeah, we raise your energy. You can want to make all the changes in the world, but if you don't have the power, which equals energy, can't do it. So what we go in is I give you the tools, I give you the techniques, and I give you the action steps that are needed to really raise the energy. So again, it's happiness, it's gratitude, and it's raising your energy every single day. Being mindful, being aware.
Shelley, this is amazing. I feel bubbling over with excitement that you're talking about this. We're going to take another break, and we're going to wrap up by asking which comes first, the chicken or the egg, and how does Shelley help people with that? And if you want to know what I'm talking about, come right back.
52% of Americans say they are unhappy with their job.
Oftentimes people are in a job, or maybe they've just lost their job, and I have easy ways for people to lean into starting their own self-employment or working in an industry that they're really excited about.
If you feel unsatisfied in your work, Mary McNutt can help restructure your current job or help find your passion and build a career centered around what you love. Don't waste any more time. Your new career is right around the corner.
Welcome back to Stop My Crisis. I'm here with our guest, Shelley Esler. And we are learning from her the tidbits of information of how to make our lives so much better and the details all around it. So when I said chicken or the egg before, what I was talking about is your financial health or your physical health.
Yes.
What is more important to focus on first if you're having issues with both?
To be honest with you, they go hand in hand. I will be very honest.
No, tell me it's both the chicken and the egg. It can't be simultaneous.
No, you have to be happy. Everything comes down to your vibration. How high is your vibration? What are you thinking? What are the thoughts that are going through your head? If you don't have your health, you can't go to work. You can have all the money in the world, but it doesn't make you happy. Okay? So again, it kind of comes full circle, and it goes hand in hand. But how do we pull ourselves out of the poor health? How do we pull ourselves out of poverty? You can only do that by lifting your vibration. The way to look at things is that everything is energy and everything is vibration. Think of your words. Light, hate, or love, hate. Health, illness. Which word are you going to use? Which is a higher vibration? Think about the foods that you put in your body. Is a fresh fruit a higher vibration than a potato chip? What do you put in your mouth? Are you putting alcohol or caffeine, or is water and herbal teas going to be better for you? Are you wearing bright, colorful, beautiful colors that make you feel better about yourself? What about keeping real flowers in the house? Everything is a frequency. Look at your friendships. Are they draining you? Or are they providing strength and love, encouragement, and motivation? What about your job? Do you go to your job every day and hate it, where it's dragging you down? Or do you go to a job where it's uplifting, it's fun, you're able to laugh, you're productive? So if you can start to look at everything as energy, and what are you going to choose, the high vibration or the low vibration?
Now, doesn't it also help raise your energy when you know you're being of service to someone else?
Yes.
So if you go to a friend, and even if you feel that that friendship might not be amazing, but maybe you can help make it better by saying, how are you doing today? Can I help you with anything today?
It's simple things. You and I looking eye to eye. Sometimes all people need are a smile. They might need a hug, an encouraging word. As you progress, you evolve, you definitely come into service. And when somebody's really, really down, they're really, really struggling, I try and change their level of perception by saying, how can you make somebody else's day a better day?
Exactly what I was thinking. You start off
It
by
doesn't
being in service of others.
take much. It really does not take much. A simple smile.
I once read that volunteers live longer.
Yes. And people that have animals. Animals bring in unconditional love. They teach us how to play.
And what if you can't have an animal in your home if you just aren't able to? Volunteering at an animal shelter.
Volunteering, like I said, simple things. Keep fresh flowers in your house. Open up the windows and let the air come through. Listen to happy movies. Watch a happy movie. Dance around the house. Movement. Simple things. Breathing.
Shelley, thank you so much for spending the time to share with us information that will be heard by millions and millions of people, because you are such a light and you have helped hundreds. And now these really amazing words of energy and compassion and light are going to help all our viewers throughout the whole country.
Can I take a minute and just say thank you? Thank you for providing the service that you do and bringing this information and this love and light to people who really, really need it. So thank you.
I appreciate
You're a
it
true
very
gift.
much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And this is exactly how you stop your crisis. Choose it. Every day is a new day. It is not a cliche. It is your mindset that definitely makes the difference. It is not over until you're no longer here, but don't ever let any setback you have be your final setback. It is up to you. That's how you stop this crisis.